Hello and welcome back to the channel. What we're going to be doing is changing the transmission cables on the Boxster. Now, in one of my previous videos, I did a buyer's guide on these cars, and one of the things I mentioned was the transmission cables. I've read on the forums that they do have a tendency to go at around 75,000 miles, and it's something to look out for and at least budget for when buying one of these cars. My car seems to throw every issue that it could have at me, so after just fixing a battery issue, which you would have seen in one of my previous videos, I am now changing the transmission cables. So I'll show you what happened as I was driving home, and I had to park it on my parents' driveway as the car was locked in third gear and I could only go forwards. And at my house I have to park on the street, which involves a bit of forwards and backwards. So I parked it up, and yeah, we will take it from there.
So to save a bit of money, I did buy some used cables off a broken car on eBay. First thing for me to do was to get the center console removed.
Just held in down, that screw down there, and a few screws, I'll clean that out, a few screws in there, and I think underneath here as well. I need to pull this bit out. So let's carry on. There it is, just under there. In the glove box, just pull out the rubber. You got some more of those Torx bits there.
With the center console removed, I then proceeded with freeing the transmission cables from the gear shifter. So the shifter cables do run underneath the handbrake, so I did have to remove this to free them up before exposing the engine and putting the car into service mode. There is a more detailed video on how to do this on my channel already, so go and check that out.
Here they are. So the gearboxes are down here. Cables go from the middle over the engine. One connects here and one connects there. So we're going to go and unconnect them, and you can pull them through. I don't know if you can see wherever it is. I've just pulled that out of there, so you need to get a squeeze on it. But that one is free. Onto the other side. So there it is. That is what I need to free. There we go, there's one. Ah, there we go, look, nothing on the end of that. There's one side. There's the other. Alright, and there's new versus old. I don't know why that one's brown. Hopefully I've bought the right part. So the part numbers on these cables are slightly different, and they seem to be an inch longer. So I think I've bought the wrong ones, but I'm just going to carry on at this rate.
that in. So to get these cables in, it's very important that they go at the right angle over the engine and then down to the gearbox, as there are brackets that they need to line up to. I did struggle getting the passenger side cable in as I had the wrong angle. So it's actually the following day, but we got it on the bracket, which is just down here. 1 second. That bracket is, I would line it up from the top, then go underneath, and I just used a screwdriver to knock it into place. But that is what took me a few hours yesterday. All right, so cables are in, both ends. We'll just line everything up and get the gasket back on, handbrake, and I've got all the bolts just here. So let's go. It's nice and easy to get these in. Push them into place.
So that's me fixing my car. What I would do in the future is I wouldn't replace it with used parts. I would probably buy something new for about £450, but I wouldn't buy OEM Porsche ones, as they have the potential to break again, and they are quite weak in their design. There's a very interesting video that Max Revs did. You can go and check that out, which shows how flimsy the OEM shifter cables are versus numeric racing, which if I were to do this again, I would just buy some of them because they are a lot stronger and probably worth the upgrade for the price. But if you want to get your car just back on the road, you're not too bothered with upgrades, just get something off a breaker car. I feel like I may be able to adjust these to tighten them up a bit. But do like and subscribe for plenty more videos to come on the Boxster of events, maintenance and mods, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.